Simon & Schuster Audio presents A Good Life, Newspapering and Other Adventures by Ben Bradlee. Read by Arthur Morey. With a new foreword written by Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein and read by George Newbern. And an afterword written and read by Sally Quinn.
Foreword by Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein. 2 years after he published this memoir, Ben Bradlee said in a speech, "The more aggressive our search for truth, the more some people are offended by the press." "So be it," he added. "I take great strength," he continued, "knowing that in my experience the truth does emerge. It takes forever sometimes, but it does emerge, and that any relaxation by the press will be extremely costly to democracy." The central feature of his character, Bradlee was fearless. He knew that finding the truth required standing up to power, not getting pushed around by anyone, and setting that standard and requirement for his editors and reporters. Never relax in the search for the truth. As a listener of this memoir will see, he pulled off being Bradlee because he was not afraid. Not afraid of presidents, of polio, of moneyed interests, of publishing the Pentagon Papers in 1971, of possible retribution or the likelihood that the government might strike at his newspaper with all its power, of going off in World War II on a Navy destroyer in the Pacific, of confronting conventional wisdom or pushing the journalistic envelope, of making a mistake. Bradlee knew discovering the real story took time and often required both mundane and extraordinary effort, knocking on the doors of potential sources, showing up without appointments, and building relationships of trust with confidential sources. It even meant meeting with a source in an underground parking garage in the middle of the night. Deep Throat, later identified as Mark Felt, the number 2 official in the FBI. While we were covering the Watergate story, Nixon's campaign manager, Clark McGregor, called Bradlee to complain and list 5 women he said we were hounding for information. "That's the nicest thing I've heard about them in years," Bradlee said. He insisted on persistence, dedication to finding what we call the best obtainable version of the truth. But he insisted we be polite.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?